Hey everyone, Sean here, and today what I want to talk to you more about are the different types of automation. Now, at your firm, just like you offer different types of services, the work that you do in offering those services can be automated in different ways. Now, the most common way to think about this is some of the work that you're doing can be fully automated, and some of the work that you're doing can be partially automated. There are a couple of examples that fall into the category we talked about before, referred to as robotic process automation, or RPA for short. Now, the way those two different types are typically labeled or discussed is either unattended or attended. So it's unattended automation versus attended automation. I want to talk to you a little bit more about what each is, and then share an example that'll make it a little bit easier to understand from a conceptual level. Now, the attended automation version is one in which it's going to require you to have to certainly kind of observe the work that's being done and then make some decisions along the way. So it may just be a step in the process or several steps that the work that you're doing, you want to have partially automated and you want to complete that work more quickly. This falls into the category of an attended automation type. An example that I'll use to kind of better explain that, going back to the days when I was watching infomercials as a kid, you may or may not be familiar with something referred to as a slap chop, which is a device that was used to kind of slice and dice veggies or whatever it is you wanted to via a device that you kind of tap at the top, which would in one step slice or dice whatever it was you were chopping up. That's kind of an example of how you can think of an attended automation, where you're kind of observing what's going on, you're reviewing the results, and you're deciding whether or not to kind of take that any steps further. Now, the other example in this case is unattended automation. Now, this is one where your process is essentially pretty fully mapped out. So as such, the whole process essentially can be fully automated. Now, a better example of what unattended automation might be, sticking with this similar kind of infomercial world, is one that you probably heard the popular catchphrase for with regard to the set it and forget it rotisserie. It's kind of a small oven that you could load with whatever it is you wanted to cook, but the set it and forget it element was the fact that once it was turned on, it did what it needed to do, and then once it was done, whatever food you were preparing was ready to eat. That's kind of a better example of thinking through what unattended automation is as a particular type. Now that you know the different types of automation, you can think through at your firm how you might automate the type of work that you're doing by using either one of these two types and strategies. If you need any help figuring this out at your firm, feel free to reach out to me via my website at nextstep.io or email me directly at sean@nextstep.io. I want to thank you for engaging with my content.